Today, we're talking about Gene Simmons, the bass-thumping, tongue-wagging co-founder of Kiss, whose larger-than-life persona has been rocking our world since the 70s. But hold up, there's fresh buzz from this week about a scary car crash that had fans holding their breath. So we're starting there before diving into his full biography, age, wife, family, kids, net worth, and the wild lifestyle that's kept him in the spotlight at 76. This is gonna be a long one, packed with stories from the Kiss glory days, the family jewels, literally, and how Gene's still making headlines in 2025. Whether you're a die-hard Kiss Army member, love the reality TV side from Gene Simmons' family jewels, or just curious about the Demon's empire, grab a drink, get comfy, and let's crank up the volume on Gene Simmons. Here we go. Let's kick it off with the news that's got everyone talking, Gene's car crash that turned a Tuesday afternoon into a heartstopper. On October 7, 2025, just before 1 p.m., Gene was cruising down the iconic Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu in his Lincoln Navigator when things went sideways, literally. According to reports, he passed out or fainted behind the wheel, causing the SUV to veer across multiple lanes of traffic before slamming into a parked car. Eyewitnesses called 911, and first responders rushed to the scene, finding Gene conscious but shaken. He told deputies on site that he blacked out, and his wife Shannon Tweed later confirmed to NBC it was a medication change that might have played a role. He needed to drink more water, and dehydration hit hard. Paramedics airlifted him to a local hospital for evaluation, where docs checked him out and cleared him to go home that same day. Gene himself took to X the next morning, posting, "Thanks, everybody, for the kind wishes. I'm completely fine. I had a slight fender bender. It happens. Especially to those of us, who are, horrible drivers. And that's me. All is well." Classic Gene, turning a scare into a self-deprecating joke. Shannon added that he's back to work already, and no serious injuries were reported, just some bumps and a reminder to stay hydrated. Fans on X flooded with relief, posts like, "Gene crashing? Not on my watch, Demon's too tough for that, and it's a wake-up call about health at any age." Thankfully, it's just a blip in an epic story, but it had us all flashing back to his wild Kiss tours where crashes were more metaphorical. Speaking of epic stories, let's dive into Gene's biography, because this guy's life is a rock opera, from immigrant kid to billion-dollar brand builder. Born Chaim on August 25, 1949, in Haifa, Israel, Gene was the only child of Flora Klein, a Holocaust survivor who fled Nazi camps with her brother Larry, and Ferenc Witz, a Hungarian carpenter who vanished during the war. Flora raised him alone in a bullet-riddled house, teaching him resilience and a love for American comics that would inspire his demon persona. At 8, they immigrated to New York, landing in Flushing, Queens, where Gene changed his name to Eugene Klein for easier pronunciation and dove into school. He was a smart kid, fluent in Turkish, Hungarian, Hebrew, and Spanish from babysitters, but comics like Batman and horror flicks were his real teachers. By high school at Sullivan County Community College, he was playing bass in bands like Wicked Lester, but it was meeting Paul Stanley, born Stanley Harvey Eisen, in 1972 that sparked Kiss. They bonded over makeup and monster movies, recruiting drummer Peter Criss and guitarist Ace Frehley to form the band in January 1973. Kiss exploded with their self-titled debut in 1974, but Destroyer, 1976, with Rock and Roll All Night, made them gods. Over 100 million albums sold worldwide, $1 billion in merch, and a staged show with fire, blood, and pyrotechnics that grossed $1.5 billion in tours. Gene's the businessman behind the bass. He wrote hits like, "I Was Made for Lovin' You," and "Calling Dr. Love," but his real genius was branding. Kiss comics, lunchboxes, coffins, you name it, he licensed it, turning the band into a $1 billion empire. The 80s reunion with makeup in 1996 sold out stadiums, and the 2023 final tour with Avatars grossed $300 million. Beyond Kiss, Gene's a TV mogul, Rock School, 2005, and Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, 2006 to 2012, were hits, and he's judged on shows like Yashiki Superstar Project X, 2022. He's authored books like Sex Money Kiss, 2001, and Ladies of the Cave, 2023, and launched a solo album The Vault in 2017. In 2025, at 76, Gene's still hustling, touring with the Gene Simmons Band, eyeing a Kiss biopic, and dropping NFTs. Fans on X say, Gene's bio is rock and roll gospel, from Haifa Kid to $400 million demon. Age? Gene Simmons is 76 years old in 2025, born August 25, 1949. And let me tell you, he's defying time like it's just another stage prop. Standing at 6 feet 2 inches with that towering frame, he's lost some height to age but still looms large. Gene's got the same wild mane, now silver streaked, and that devilish grin under the makeup. At 76, he's not slowing down. Post-crash, he's back in the studio, working on a new solo track. He stays fit with weights and cardio, crediting his vegan diet, since 2013, for keeping him sharp. Fans on X joke, 76 and Gene's still the demon. Age is just a number in rock hell. Wife? Gene's been married to Shannon Tweed since 2011, after 28 years together, a rock and roll romance that's as enduring as Beth. They met in 1983 when Shannon, a 20-year-old Playboy Playmate of the Year, interviewed him for the mag Sparks Flu. Gene chased her for months, sending flowers and calling daily, and by 1985, she moved into his LA mansion. Their relationship was raw. Shannon called out Gene's player ways on Family Jewels, but she stuck it out, saying, "He's my demon, but he's mine." They have 2 kids together, but more on that soon. The wedding was a Vegas bash on October 1, 2011, with 500 guests, Gene in a tux and Shannon in white lace, officiated by a rabbi. In 2025, at 69, Shannon's still his queen, posting about the crash with, "My man's okay, tough as his boots." Fans on X gush, Gene and Shannon's 40 years? Rock marriage goals. Family? Gene's family is a wild, wonderful crew that's been in the spotlight since Family Jewels. With Shannon, he has son Nick Simmons, born January 22, 1989, 36 in 2025, and daughter Sophie Simmons, born July 7, 1992, 33. Nick's a TV host and musician, fronting the band Kiss Army and starring in Uniglam's On E, with his own rockstar flair. Sophie's a singer and actress, dropping singles like Jump the Gun and acting in Valley Girl, 2020. The kids grew up in Gene's $22 million Beverly Hills mansion, with reality TV cameras capturing the chaos, Nick's pranks, Sophie's eye rolls, and Gene's dad lectures. Gene's mom Flora, 98 in 2025, is his Holocaust survivor hero, living in Florida and getting weekly calls. His uncle Larry Klein was a bandmate in Wicked Lester. No siblings for Gene, but the extended Kiss family, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, Tommy Thayer, are like brothers. In 2025, family gatherings are at the mansion, with Nick and Sophie bringing the next-gen. Fans on X say, Gene's family is Kiss, loud, loving, legendary. Kids. Gene has 2 kids with Shannon, Nick and Sophie, and that's his pride and joy. Nick, 36, is the mini demon, tall like his dad at 6 feet 2 inches, with long hair and a bass in hand. He's toured with his band and hosted rock school. Sophie's the rock princess, 33, with her mom's beauty and Gene's charisma. She's released music and acted, but keeps it real with posts about mental health. No grandkids yet, but Nick's dating and Sophie's focused on her career. Gene said, "My kids are my legacy, tougher than any riff." In 2025, they're all in LA for holidays, with Gene spoiling them with Kiss memorabilia. Fans on X gush, Nick and Sophie are the next generation of rock royalty. Net worth? Gene Simmons' net worth in 2025 is a monster $400 million, built on 4 decades of Kiss chaos and savvy business that turned face paint into a billion-dollar empire. Kiss has sold 100 million albums worldwide, grossed $1.5 billion in tours. Their final 2023 run alone raked $300 million, and licensed everything from coffins to condoms for over $1 billion since the 70s. Gene's the merch king. He owns the Kiss brand and pockets 50% of licensing. Solo ventures add up. Rock School and Family Jewels earned $10 million each. His books like Sex Money Kiss, 2001, and Ladies of the Cave, 2023, brought royalties, and judging gigs like Yashiki Superstar Project X, 2022, netted $500,000. Investments are gold. He co-owns the Rock and Bruce chain, 50 locations, $100 million valuation, and his real estate includes a $22 million Beverly Hills mansion listed in 2020, still unsold, a $2.5 million NYC apartment, and a Nashville studio. Cars. Gene's got a garage of beasts, a 1966 Batmobile replica, $1 million, a 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda, $500,000, and his daily Tesla Model S, $100,000. At 76, he's not done, planning a Kiss biopic and Avatar tours. Fans on X say, $400 million and Gene's still the demon, rock and roll royalty. Lifestyle in 2025? Gene's life is a high-octane mix of rock relics and family roots. At 6 feet 2 inches and 200 pounds, he's fit from gym sessions and vegan eats since 2013. Tofu stir-fries and kale smoothies keep him touring ready. His style is Demon Deluxe, leather pants for gigs, cashmere sweaters for LA lunches, always with aviators. He drives a custom Cadillac Escalade, $150,000, for red carpets and a Tesla for eco-runs. Living in that $22 million Beverly Hills compound, 6 bedrooms, a pool, and a Kiss museum room, he splits time with Shannon's Vancouver visits. Socially, he's tight with Paul Stanley and old flames like Cher, they're pals now. Hobbies include comic collecting, he's got a $10 million vault, and mentoring Nick's band. In 2025, post-crash, he's easing back with family dinners. Fans on X vibe, Gene at 76 is living legend status, family, fortune, forever Kiss. Challenges? Gene's faced the band's internal wars, Ace and Peter's exits in the 80s, and the 2023 end of touring era. His 2017 tongue cancer scare was a wake-up, but he beat it. X-posts say, Gene's turned battles into anthems, unbreakable. In summary, Gene Simmons, 76 in 2025, survived a scary car crash from fainting, married to Shannon Tweed since 2011 with kids Nick and Sophie, a $400 million empire from Kiss and deals. His biography, From Israeli Kid to Rock God, is epic. What's your favorite Kiss era, 70s makeup or Avatar shows? Drop it in comments, like to rock on, and share with the army. Want more on Paul Stanley? Let me know. Thanks for watching, keep the bass thumping. Peace.